Hi, Martin Roberts here. Welcome to another adult DIY project idea. Remember to like and make sure you subscribe to the channel, set your little bell thing. Today I'm going to try and create something a little bit imaginative. We're going to use a tyre, an old tyre off a car, an old bit of IKEA shelving, some rope, some old bits of wood to create something which I think is going to be quite inspiring. Something which I'm really proud of and which I think will be a useful addition to the garden. We're going to try and create a ottoman. Okay, so that is like a thing that you put things on, or actually you can call it an ottoman, you can call it a table. I'm going to call it a garden table. I'd be posh. So the basic gist of this again is hopefully using stuff that you can recycle, upcycle. You maybe got lying around. I mean, I actually think I picked this up from a car boot sale. It's a bit of old rope. It's a really nice old rope. This I got from the local garage, and this was just lying in the shed. It's an old Mangill bit of that shelving you get from IKEA. The idea basically is to turn this ugly piece of tyre into a rather suave and sophisticated looking nautical feel piece of garden furniture. So we're going to wrap the rope round here. We're going to cut this into a circle on the top, and then we're going to sit the whole thing on these legs. So we've got this kit of parts. What we're going to do now is turn it into the finished thing. I'm going to do that. There you go. That's what it looked like in the end. Okay, we're back. Anyway, that is a few hours away. I don't know, these things always seem to take longer than I anticipate. But you know what, as long as you're having fun doing it, who cares? You've got a bit of time to kill at the moment, maybe. So yeah, let's just have some fun with it. How are we going to start? No idea. You think I have a plan for this? No, I don't. I probably could follow stuff on the internet or whatever, but I can't be bothered. So I think the first thing I need to do is probably create a circle for the top. Now, last time I had all manner of problems trying to cut a circle. Right, well, I've been doing some research. I'm going to go for a different option, okay? I'm going to go for the option which hopefully will cause me least stress, because last time I got a little bit stressed out. So first of all, we need to cut this into, well, not necessarily cut it into a square, but find out where a squarey thing on this would be. So, how wide is it? Let me guess, IKEA? It's going to be 60 or 90 centimetres, isn't it? Oh, what do you know, it's 50. I knew it would be one of those two. So 50 centimetres wide, which means it's going to be 50 centimetres that way. From there, line that, so 50 is there, and 50 is there. So we've now got our corner points, and we can draw a thing, basically just trying to find the middle. Oh look, that was ridiculous, I didn't put it at the edge. How crazy am I? Into 50, and you should put it on the edge, otherwise it's useless. 50 centimetres, do that, and what? Oh, right, that is roughly the centre of the square. So I now want to create a circle. So I've got that, and I'm going to create a circle. And last time I got a piece of string, did that, and it was a disaster. So this time we're going to try something different, a piece of wood. So I'm going to screw my piece of wood loosely into the middle. But first of all, I'm going to drill a hole. Like this is going to be the top of the table. I can't drill a hole all the way through, can I? Oh, I'm drilling it in this, aren't I? Silly me. Sorry. Right, so now I'm going to attach that in there into the centre point. Right. Oh, look at that. It rotates in a circular kind of fashion. So we're now going to mark the most extreme point, which is there. If I drill an hole about the size of a pencil, this doesn't work, it's not my fault. I'm going to go to night school classes to learn specifically how to draw circles on bits of wood using whatever you happen to have. Okay, why don't I use a wood bit? That's a bluntest drill in the world. We now have an hole, which is the size of a pencil. So the pencil goes through there. And we're now going to draw a circle with my pencil. Ta-da! That ain't bad. Ta-da! So that is my circle, which is about as big as a circle can be, and it's just about to be linear or whatever. Now we are going to cut out that circle using the jigsaw. Now, whenever you're using power tools, just be extra careful. You know what? It's a very bad day at the office if you happen to get your finger in the way of that nasty little blade there. Well, that went better than could be expected. Voila! Okay, it's not ideal. It's got a little bit at the top there, but who cares? We'll be able to sand that off, and that is our top. That's looking good already. My gosh, this is going to be a simple project that doesn't take me forever, which would be a change. Right, so now we're into the realms of I ain't got a clue what I'm doing, which is using this rope to try and wind around the edge to create this really lovely effect. So, not sure how to do that. So it goes on round and round and round and round and round. With this kind of rope, just before I do anything, it's really important that before you cut it, you just wrap some tape around the end. Otherwise, it'll go like that. I think I probably need to attach this first. So in that case, this isn't going to be quite as quick as I thought. Ugh, oh well. I need to just prepare this a bit. So I'm going to sand this now within an inch of its life. Somebody who invents a pair of goggles that doesn't steam up, you blooming well have a face mask at the same time. Hello. Right, so now I have our nice top. I think we need to fasten that in place. Now to fasten that in place, I'm going to screw through the rubber on the other side. So, line that up as best as I can. Sort of the more scientific way of doing it, but I don't know it. Science is all well and good. Right, so now I'm going to attach that in place. Now the length of my screws is going to be really important here, because if they're too long, they're going to go through the surface, which we don't want, because that's going to look really bad. It turns it into more like one of those. What is this time made of? God, right, okay. You obviously can't put a screw straight through this stuff, so we'll have to drill a pilot hole. Try and get a. It's obviously made of titanium.
2 hours later.
This isn't working. Right, let's try an alternative approach. Let's see if this goes through. Why did that go happen so quickly? So, my advice to you is do what I just did the second time around, not the first time around. Right, as you were. Okay, I can still see the holes. It's good news. Right, looking marvellous. Try one of these in here. Okay, seems to vaguely work. Right then. Oh look, amazing. And look, smooth as a baby's bum. Not a single nasty, horrible thing in sight. Hallelujah. So now what we're going to do is what I was planning to do before, which is wrap this stuff around it. And I'm going to start by, oh God, you guessed it. That went through a lot easier. Putting a screw to hold this in place. And then we wrap. Now, I think I might, I wish I had an assistant. Oh. Now, I'm not sure that's going to hold in place. Right, having tried it once, I don't think that's going to stay in place. So I have to come up with plan B. Another plan B, or is it D or F? I don't well know. Okay, we return with glue. Now this is Stickall, and it specifically says on the back here it's suitable for sticking Hessian rope to car tyres, which is ideal. It doesn't really, but it is a sticky stuff that's really good for sticking stuff to things, and this is why I think it's going to be ideal. So I'm going to put some of this around here. Right, now we are approaching the point of no return, because once this is on there is no return. Ugh, God, this is horrible stuff. Right then, I think I'll put another big blob there. Because I haven't calculated if I've got enough rope, but judging by the amount of rope that's on the floor there, I think I probably have. Put another blob somewhere randomly there. I'm glad to report that I believe we will have enough rope. It'll do. Yeah. I know what's going to happen if I turn that over. It's going to get. Oh well, I need to live with it. So by turning it over, I've discovered that you can actually push it down a bit more, so you don't get those gaping holes. This little bit of rascal wants to keep on doing itself up. Why is that? No, I can't get involved with that. I know, I've got an idea. Put a screw in him. That'll stick him down. It's only really to hold it there while it's sticking. Oh, the drills and everything, they get stuck to my hands. I'm going to go to bed tonight going there. The drills stuck to me. Right, so we just need to cut that to the requisite length. Right, just a few more screws to hold all this in place. This bottom bit is a nightmare, and I'm also, as I'm going along, thinking, I think I may have vaguely come up with a design flaw, which we will have to adapt to in the best traditions of make it as you go along DIY. I was thinking, how easy is it to get like a puncture? I mean, you know, a screw's on the road and it goes whoosh straight into the tyre. Now am I having trouble drilling into a tyre with a proper drill? I mean, how does that work? It's pretty well sorted out. Now I need to just measure where we're going to cut this, and I think there. So what we do is we wrap the tape around where we want to cut. This will stop it fraying, and then we use either a knife or, in this case, sticky, a oscillating cutter in half. Just about enough, which is good news. Just run a little bit extra of the glue on the top edge. Make sure that is well and truly glued in place. Now here's the design flaw. I was thinking about attaching the legs to the rubber, like that. I don't think that's going to work. So I think we need another piece of round stuff. So one on the top, one on the bottom. Right. So, using my now patented trusty method, drawing circles, this is all a piece of cake. If I can remember the dimensions, what was it again? Oh, 50, that was it. 50. Boom, 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 boom. Look at this, look at this. This is a highlight of my day, this is. Look, pencil in there. Ready? How good is that? Job done! Now I don't have to clean the surface, but I don't like jaggedy edges, so I will just sort out the edges. That's going to go there like that. Amazing. Beautiful, fantastic. Right, so what that enables us to do, and we don't care about screwing in this way with this one, is to attach the leggy poos. So these are some lovely bits of ash that had been cleaned up from a friend's forest. So literally I'm going to create a three-legged thing pretty much like that, probably out to the furthest reaches of this. So just basically screw those in place. Now I have cut these to what I think is the right length, but there's no guarantees that it ain't going to wobble. This one has got a bit of a wonky old angle on it. So I'm going to just, that's not going to work, you use something else. So this is an electric planer. Oh, that's covered in glue. Oh my gosh, everything's covered in glue. Obviously be very careful where you leave your glue thing. Now I've got my glasses stuck to my eyes, or my head. I've got my tools stuck to my arms. This is turning into a real comedy moment, isn't it? Right, like that. So to my mind, that side there is a bit not flat. Because you know what's going to happen now, don't you? This leg's going to be shorter than the others, so it's going to wobble. But you know what? We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Okay, that looks really good. Might just drill a few pilot holes. I'm going to put 3 holes in each of these because I think it's quite important that we have a good, strong attachment. And also, this is my first experience of dealing with green wood, which is basically wood that hasn't been cured. And from what I understand, you just have to give it a bit more chance to move. So we're going to use nice long screws. Solid as a rock. Who'd have thought? Right then, rotate and place. Now, put some screws into the tyre. Again, I want to drill some holes in this. Now, it doesn't feel like it's particularly biting into the rubber that well, which makes me think I might have to put a few more of these in. Right, the moment of truth. See what, it's solid. And that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is your rustic table. Not necessarily. Oh, I see. Yeah, right, that's not good, is it? Oh, we'll play around with that. We'll get rid of some of those gaps there. Tidy it up a little bit. Put some Danish oil on the top to protect it from the weather. Probably try and cover that in something which will protect it from the weather as well. But actually, that's quite cool, right? I mean, you know, it was a bit of a traumatic experience, that whole project, but I'm very proud of what we have achieved. So, give it a go. Look, like me, it doesn't have to be perfect. The fact is, it's a really nice thing to have, and you've created it yourself. Well, I've created this one. But you could do something very similar. If you've liked this project, check out the other projects in this particular playlist on Martin Roberts Property Titbits. Make sure you like this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we'll be back with more DIY projects another time.